Welcome to Real Reviews this week.
Your favorite superhero.
My favorite superhero, Spider-Man Homecoming, the newest entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Peter Parker's in what, the 10th, 11th grade, whatever a sophomore
I think
is.
10, yeah.
But they cast kids that age. They look young. They act like teenagers,
Your
you know?
biggest pet peeve.
Oh, I hate when they cast 30-year-olds in high school. Like, Tobey Maguire was borderline. Like, he looked pretty old.
Yeah.
But these are young kids. They act like kids. They do the things kids do in high school, you know? And they're taking selfies. And Peter Parker in this movie he wants to be an Avenger.
Ooh,
he wants to be a superhero.
Yeah.
He's got these powers. He says, let's do this. I'm ready to be a superhero. Tony Stark gave me the suit.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do this. Guess what? There's nothing happening. He's
rescuing cats.
He's rescuing cats, taking bikes away from people. He's ready for the big leagues. And
Yeah.
Tony's like, just slow your roll, man.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Take her easy. Be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like you said, you know, you see him trying to fight crime. There's no crime.
There's no crime.
He thwarts someone steals a bike, but he doesn't know if it's stolen really. Like,
So he leaves a
all very
note.
questionable, and it leads into that whole Spider-Man being a menace thing that JJ always talked about. That's not in the movie though, but like you can kind of see it, you know, from his view. For me, there are definitely some questionable things in this movie. The first one for me, the secondary cast, the kids,
I was gonna say,
did not enjoy.
not all of them.
I did not. All of them.
Really, Ned? His best friend?
I don't like the fact that Ned finds out so early on. Like Spider-Man, it's a secret. That's his secret identity.
Okay, I'll give you
Nobody
that
knows
one.
who Spider-Man is in the comics for the longest time. Here you have Ned finds out the first 10 minutes. You're like, you know, and I get it. It's comic relief. He has that buddy to pal around with, talk about Spider-Man. But I didn't really like that dynamic. I was just like, even though there's a lot of laughs, it's just I feel that Marvel does this thing, and it's this big thing where, you know, they're like, well, we can do whatever we want. Like, we're gonna change it. It's the new 20th century. We got these, you know, different universes. If you want to look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, different from comics. That's great. But I feel that they stepped over that line. They made too many changes, and I didn't like it. It didn't feel like a full 100% Spider-Man for me. I get that he's in school, and he kind of has to have those people kind of orbit around him when he's not Spider-Man. So they kind of did it for the movie. But again, like I said, to me, that's not Spider-Man. I don't like that.
Can you spit venom?
You have any idea?
No. Can you summon an army of spiders?
No, Ned.
Do you know him too?
I stole his shield. But then he beat me up.
Second, my big one, my big pet peeve was his suit. I like the look of his suit. Obviously, in Civil War, it was awesome, but they really elaborate. This suit's from Tony Stark, so obviously
this is basically an Iron Man
there's
suit.
an AI, which her name's Karen. He names her Karen, and throughout the majority of the movie, a lot of good dialogue, a lot of good like laughs come from Karen. But this takes completely away from Peter Parker's knowledge. He's he's top 3, you know, smartest in the Marvel universe. He can do his own stuff. He doesn't need Tony Stark building him stuff. And I find that the suit takes away from it just dumbs him down, especially in the ship scene. You know, he's trying to kind of save everybody, and the suit's telling him what to do, and I'm like, I don't know. Peter Parker would know what to do. He doesn't need somebody to tell him. Throw a few webs here.
Do you think they did it because it's in the Marvel Universe and Tony made the suit, and then people would be like, well, why wouldn't Tony just soup it up? You know?
Yeah.
But does it play to the fact that he wasn't supposed to know that this suit could do that much?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like,
because Tony doesn't want him to fight those big bad guys.
Right.
He doesn't want him to be like that.
He has his training wheels protocol on there, and he kind of hacks it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I get having enhanced sight and, you know, the hearing to spy, you know, and stuff like that. But the rest of it, all of a sudden, it just turned into an Iron Man suit, and I was like, no, I was not a fan of that.
You didn't like that?
No.
What about Vulture? I think Vulture, I mean, he may not be the most, you know, fanciest, most evilest of the person, like big bads, but I think for this Spider-Man, it fit pretty well, just for the fact he's not ready. Like, he is clearly not ready for the big bads yet. He thinks he is.
So yeah, Michael Keaton
I
does
thought he
this
did a good
phenomenal
job.
job. At first, the first half of the movie, I'm like, another Marvel, bad guy that's not fleshed out, and he's just there to, like, kind of blow smoke up the hero to make him look better. Marvel has never really done a good villain, I think. So Michael Keaton comes in, and right away, like, you learn why he becomes
It's
the
a good
Vulture.
reason. It's a fantastic
But
reason.
then all of
why,
a
I
sudden,
think.
there's like an 8-year difference, so you don't really see him fleshed out to going evil. It's just 1 minute he's good, the next minute, poof, he's a bad guy. I was like, whoa, okay.
I used to get to fill in the blanks.
Yeah. But one scene where it completely changed my view was kind of at the top of the third act.
In the car?
In the car scene, where, like, he is so scary and so menacing. And, I was like, whoa, like, here we go. Like, that's probably one of the best scenes that, like, I think that in a Marvel movie, top 3, easily.
So don't mess with me. Because I will kill you and everybody you love.
One of my biggest pet peeves in this movie was the fact, if you're not going to have the origin story of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, where Uncle Ben dies, he could have had a chance to save him. He didn't. They didn't include that in this movie, which is fine. Yeah. But then you need that moment of learning for Peter Parker.
Yeah.
The great power comes great responsibility. I didn't feel like, you see in the preview where he's holding the fairy together, I'm like, oh, that's going to be the part of the movie. And it happened. I was thinking, I'm like, I don't think he really learned his lesson.
Right.
Did he really learn his lesson there?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it did. They didn't have that one moment where Tom Holland or Peter Parker was like, I gotta get my act straight here.
Right.
And this isn't fun and games anymore. Like, somebody could have got seriously hurt. They tried to play it off, but they didn't do it right.
What if somebody had died?
I was just trying to be like you.
I wanted you to be better. I'm gonna need the suit back.
But I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
It's a Spider-Man movie on Peter Parker going from just getting these powers to kind of learning how to become a Spider-Man. And Tony's there along the way to help do his best to help guide him through the process. Mm-hmm. But we nitpick, we probably nitpick the movies we like more than anything.
For sure.
But that being said, I thought this was the funniest Marvel movie. Not excluding like Deadpool and those like Marvel Universe movie. I laughed through most of this movie. The situations that Tom Holland gets himself in because he's so young.
Yeah.
But it fits well in this movie. I still loved it. The action scene is awesome. Like I say, he's my favorite superhero character ever. Yeah. I'm still giving this one a 9. Not as good as Wonder Woman, which is hard for me to say, but it's still a good movie.
Okay, so it's, I really wanted to enjoy this movie. I did enjoy this movie. Did I enjoy it? Is it the best Spider-Man? No, it's not the best Spider-Man for me. I enjoyed Spider-Man 2, like, it's way better, Those things that take me out of the movie, like that, what I had said earlier, they really did take me out of the movie. I was sitting back thinking, that's, like, why? Like, come on, like, what about this power, And I spent a lot of the time just, like, I was laughing a lot.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie, but I'm giving it a 7.5.
7.5 and a 9. I think everybody's gonna enjoy this movie. You can take younger kids, there's the odd swear, all that kind of business, but there's enough laughs for the family to enjoy this movie. Yeah. I still say go check it out. I'm sure Josh still says go check it out.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. And check out our Facebook page and like the Real Reviews page, or like the Spider-Man Homecoming review, or leave a comment. We obviously talked about a lot of stuff here. Ask us questions. Ask us anything. We dissect these movies like you wouldn't believe.
We know it.
Yeah, so just ask us anything. We're happy to answer. And if you do any one of those things, you get an entry to win a $10 gift certificate to Perkins Family Restaurant and Bakery. And tune in next week. We got some more for the Planet of the Apes.